On in the season, the Kennen is actually having a great time. Is one of the best champions actually with the Gunblade in the top lane, and when you have the range advantage into a melee for DRX, and like frankly, the fact that they use their summoners early could have been a problem if there was a big fight there, but they backed away from that one where the junglers both showed up, right? You mentioned the Aqua Prison synergy with Canyon on the Pantheon. The DRX coach comms.
Yeah. See Joker making sure that he lets them know exactly what they need to do. We'll get you some information there. Try to open fights and push mid and top and scare Canyon.
On top of the CS advantage that he has. That was almost a kill's worth of gold in the lead. Grub's up now.
Yep. And there is a wave to be picked up by Geo as well. Okay, there's a pulverize as Canyon throws up the shield to try and keep himself safe. The flash out of the way. There's the shockwave. And Canyon looking in a whole lot of trouble. That's Willa locking down the kill. And first blood over to DRX.
DRX looking great in this opening game here.
Shinzo alongside him, but it's Willa starting here today. As Canyon will be the one to get on in here and take away at least one of these grubs. Willa can possibly go for a little bit of a late invade on this, but decides not to as Chovy.
Push that up. He's relatively safe here.
Yeah.
That's their only cross map.
Yeah, Gen.G just kind of caught napping right now in this game. And Willa going to be able to take this one. We'll have a look at what our next... So, oh my, Earth, Wind, and Fire again? First game yesterday, first game today. Oh my goodness, it's my birthday. I love this.
All right, going to go for Rich.
Canyon is just going to kill Rich. That's what he's going to opt in for here. And Rich is going to do his best. But yeah, Slicing Maelstrom not going to be doing too much.
I was rather the Banana Brush. Yeah, and it's not going to amount to anything.
Sneaky Slurkle does come on through there, but not too much more. As Canyon once more, there's that combo we were talking about. And he'll probably not going to be dying, but Geo, he might, because he's down extraordinarily low. Barrier not going to be saving him from that one, but he does manage to dash away and flash away to safety. Just in the nick of time, but that is using every... And does have the Grand Starfall as well. They are looking for a fight here by the looks of things. Tidal Wave available. There's the flash out, but Pulverize though, as it's Andal that decides to go in onto Ruler. The heal comes through though, and he's now kept himself safe as Keen from the top side, and now it's Gen.G's turn to put their weight into the fight. Let's see what they can find. A Slicing Maelstrom does absolutely nothing. The flash forward from Canyon, and the flash away from Rich is going to keep him alive as now Chovy looks for his angle, decides not to pull the trigger on the flash, and just gets rid of all of DRX. And Gen.G says, this is my herald.
It's incredible.
Started this dragon off. Willa in the area. That is sole point for DRX if they're going to go for it. As you do have Rich moving up there from the bottom side, as now Andal goes in. I don't know about that one, as he does get put into that bubble. And now has to use the ultimate. Won't have that for this upcoming fight, which could be a big problem. Tidal Wave to lock down Willa as now Chovy gets the Emperor's Divide, finds the bottom lane, and wipes them out. Willa now in trouble as well, and that should guarantee the dragon. Gen.G were a little sleepy at the beginning of this game, but I think, Wolf, they have woken up.
Yeah, it's Chovy again finding this angle. He had the back into the TP into the last fight. Wasn't able to catch them when he came in, but was able to guarantee that DRX needed to be so far away from the Herald, and then this time actually sets up the kill onto the flashless Yunara. And now Rich is the next target here. Does not have his Slicing Maelstrom, and he is not long for this world.
He is very dead. Chovy going to be grabbing his next one. 2-0-1 now on the Azir. 500 gold lead. As you can see, Gen.G going to augment that with a Drake take as well. Quadra Infernal, if this game does go that long, could be pretty impressive.
And this guy was popped already. I'm just going to look for the freebie. Could see him come down here, look for it. Knows there's no flash on the Yunara. Has the perfect shuffle in. Grabs a bonus Alistair for his troubles.
Yep, no flash required as well. So we'll have that. We'll see what the utilization of those is going to look like as this game goes on. A level 20 Crocodile sounds very, very frightening. But Rich could also get himself into a pretty dangerous position. As you can see, trying to kite Keen out here. And the Dominus is going to come through. Slicing Maelstrom in response. As Rich is still dangerous, but it's Willa that's moving in first now, but still just a solo bolo for Keen. And Canyon going to come down and help out. There is the stun, and down will go Willa for the double. And man, we were saying that Rich could be a point of power. Well, that has gone.
Yeah, this is a big problem now. That's the second turret to go down here for Gen.
We'll see whether they can do anything about it, because it just feels like this game has just been taken by Gen.G.
Third and final coach voice is used here for DRX for the last moments.
Oh, Tidal Wave was a little bit expectant there from Duro. Doesn't quite find the angle as well. That was really cute. Chovy, though, just going to throw you Cal away. The Slice Maelstrom comes in, but that is going to be the double for Rich. Comes in and wipes them out. Ruler now able to answer back with the kill onto the Yunaras. Rich is now looking to wipe him out. He will be able to do so. He's now looking for some fish food as Duro will be taken. And he heard what we were saying after he got solo killed. Well, the killer is right here now and looking to try and tidy up. They're looking to kite him, though, and Keen's in trouble. Pulverize comes down. It's a Quadra from Rich.
All right, we were saying it may have been Gen.G's game to lose the in vain.
얘들아 그 마지막 턴 썼는데
And having a listen here to what Joker is saying, I imagine what he said was pretty important because it did manage to get them back into this game. And DRX, let's see whether they can ride this momentum. Because I was really scared. Judging by what we saw yesterday, the games have tended to...
I'm looking at this game state thinking, okay, how do DRX win? Maybe a pick in the side lane here could be a first start.
Yeah, Slurkle going to come on through there as now Chovy does find the Emperor's Divide onto Gio, who's tanking up the turret, but it does not matter. That is just going to be Willa turning up, helping Gio grab himself the kill. That will also take down this turret. Kane doing the same thing towards the bottom side of the map, and it looks like a Dragon in trade as well.
I mean, they've got to start Baron right now. They have to make a snap call. There's no coach voice.
Yeah, this could be a big deal. It's already down to 50% as Ruler and Dura, they know exactly what's going on. Andal waiting offside, though, as you can see. Canyon will be showing up. Kane gets here as well. Canyon trying to get himself into this pit. Can he actually flash for it? The answer is no. They take down the cow immediately, though, and DRX, they're just looking to try and get themselves out after securing this Baron. And if they just lose the cow, 100% worth. If they lose Willer as well, probably still worth.
I mean, Chovy's TPing in to try to rush down this turret. He is in his ear. Hang on in this game. Still 2,500 gold behind. It's even Drake's now. But as Yunara becomes a bigger and bigger threat as we go on.
Well,
the team
if you guys
don't come over, I will kill this turret in about 2 seconds flat. So that's a lot of gold sitting there for the taking, as well as a lot of map control. And they will just get this group up and take it.
Oh, the flash forward from Willa doesn't actually get enough. As Ruler was able to get that Valkyrie off in time. That could have been a huge moment. It wasn't actually the case.
The last couple. They still have Baron to siege this turret here. I mean, they're just going to say, well, we're going to get something out of this Baron no matter what.
Well, Tidal Wave to come on forward here as well. Teleport in from Keen at the same time as the Dominus has been popped. He's looking for his angle, wants to get on top of Gio, but decides not to commit the flash. And they do have this tower falling down in the bottom lane, sorry, in the top lane, as well as the bottom.
Yeah.
As you can see, Rich was taking care of that one. As now Ruler stepping forward, taking matters into his own hands here as the Arc of Judgment not doing quite, sorry, the Arc of Ruin not quite doing enough there from Gio. As DRX a little worse for wear, and the Baron only 5 seconds to go.
As well, and has an arm guard. Both carries so safe for Gen.G.
Well, Canyon just going to make his way in as now Yukal has to flash to get himself out of the way. Gio slowed down so he cannot get into the fight, and Andal, he's tanking up so much, but there's no one to follow up. Rich this time couldn't make his way in despite having flash up and available, and now it's Willa that's in a lot of trouble. They do find that fantastic shockwave, but it's just not enough. Keen gets in there. Chovy gets the Emperor's Divide, which will turn Yukal golden. But unfortunately, that does not avoid death. That's a clean ace, and Gen.G are just going to run over them.
All right, I guess it just isn't going to be that long back and forth game. The back and forth ends on Gen.G's fourth.
A relatively short back and forth. Let's go with that, because it was definitely back and forth. However, if you lose a fight like that at this time of the game, you will just lose the game. Inhibitor goes down, and Gen.G will be able to take down these turrets. But I imagine they are also impressed with how DRX played this game, especially in the early stages. This is a new roster that has a lot of pieces that haven't quite gelled together yet, and I didn't really have a whole lot of hope for this squad moving into 2020.
Pulling out the Leona, the last one left, and it's just going to be Jin here for Gio. So instead of going for that scaling hyper carry, is going to look for something to follow up on all
this invade. Might actually be able to steal this one away. Okay, Canyon moving on now towards his Krug camp. I don't think Canyon wants to give this up and does still have the vision here. There is a magical journey and actually great use of the cosmic binding. Of course, that is a problem with the Warrior Trickster, is the fact that you can set up for that stun, and great use of it there by Andal.
Did not even notice until it procced that Andal has taken Electrocute here, which is pretty right.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just not quite as good because they're obviously a bit stale. But they are still fine. We do have a little bit of a battle here as Ruler Arcane shifting forward, finds the stun though to Andal, as Ruler now going to flash over the top of Gio, will be able to lock down the kill. Grabs that one for first blood and is looking for another. Stays alive by getting into the brush to avoid dying.
Kills here to Gen.G. So the initial setup here is on to Gio. First shot, right? He's trying so hard to get that full shot out. Flashes on him.
Man,
he's so close to it. And then Leona here gets the stun. Gets into the brush, the minion aggro is dropped.
And if he had have died, would have still been a huge win.
Yeah, no.
That's the ridiculous part, is now Chovy trying to sidestep some of this, but the ulti does come through from Yukal. Now Chovy with that phase rush is looking to try and run away. Can he get back into the run warp? He can, and that is going to get him to safety. Nicely done there, but does have to use a whole lot Not the flash, though, just Ghost.
Yeah, just Ghost. He did take Ghost this game. We've discussed this a little bit, starting with the pre-show even yesterday, but Rise takes Ghost most of the time in this meta because of the empowered recalls you get and home guards.
Home guard power as Canyon will be backing away. Good sidestep from the Deadly Flourish, but still Andal going to be able to get that Electrocute proc with a bit of a meep slap. DRX now setting up for Dragon by the looks of things.
Very aware that no one can really come over here and stop him. He has flash and ult, and he is ready to use it. Yukal, he's creeping over, but I don't know if he should be.
Yeah, he's on vision himself, but you got the miasma going down. There's the knock-up onto Chovy, remember. Doesn't have the flash. True Shot Barrage sails through, though, as Yukal has to flash away. Does manage to find the Petrifying Gaze, but it is still going to be him that falls down. And the Cyclone is going to lock up the Bard as well. So sad meep sounds and 2 kills to Gen.G.
I mean, Yukal went for the 1 in a million play there on trying to shut down the Wukong. It was very cool. It did still not work, unfortunately, for him. It looked very impressive, the timing of that miasma coming out. Or Petrifying Gaze.
There is the barrier going to be used as G now looking for it. Oh, the reloading! So problematic, as Ruler is going to be able to dive off to the side with the Arcane Shift. Still, Ju is alive, and that is good news. Deadly Flourish not going to quite land.
Jin should have upgraded his clip.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Wait, actually, no way. If he, he saves it.
I mean, Duro's coming in, there's the flash out, and Andrew just slaps him down. Just overstaying the welcome as now Keen could actually be there, the flash forward, and Rich is able to lock down the solo bolo. Chovy is going to be able to answer it here most likely, and we'll just need another Q or 2, and Rich will be going down. Does get the Soul Furnace, so we'll be buying a little bit more time as, don't tell me he gets out. Do not tell me he does not get out, thank goodness.
Well, in exchange, Yukal is going to grab that outer plate.
He's going to tick down just a little more, but let's have a listen to the coach voice here on the Gen.G side.
잠깐 나오는 거 맞대도 될 것 같아.
오케이. 집 안 갈게요.
So I'm not going home.
As he takes the Magical Journey out.
Yeah, the Electrocute Bard Jin lane did not generate the lead that DRX were looking for in this one.
Yeah, getting cleanly duo killed was probably not the thing they wanted. As Tempered Fate goes down, Curtain Call comes in as well as now Gen.G looking to try and turn it. The Cyclone is enough just to kill Andal outright as now Willa inside the Cataclysm, but who's trapped in where with who is now Jiu looking for a little bit, but Ruler is right behind him, and now Canyon just going to transfer over towards killing Yukal to keep himself safe. True Shot Barrage onto Jiu, the flash forward from Chovy, the easy 1-2 punch here as Gen.G throw out the alley-oop, and it's 8-2. Gen.G.
And I just don't think there's a real contest in this one. DRX tried last time.
Well, let's see what they can actually get done here. As it's actually Ruler that takes down the Dragon. Tempest Fate does nothing, and down goes the Bard. Now Willer is in a lot of trouble himself as he has to flash to get himself out of the way. Yukal not going to be so lucky. Petrifying Gaze onto 2, but it does not matter. There is no follow-up, and that is another couple of kills swiftly going over to Gen.G as all of their quests have now been completed. And Jiu does get a bit of a wave shoved in towards this turret, but I don't think in the neutral is really going to be able to fight against Ruler here as Willer comes down, does find the Cataclysm.
Ruler has flash and barrier, and Jiu is reloading again. Ruler's like, try me.
Oh no. Well, he will find that bullet. Ruler is going to have to possibly use something to get out of the way, but there was no vision, and so therefore it is just not going to happen. Canyon moves in, but he's just trying to deter them from sticking around. And yeah, we don't need to look at the top lane. It's not all that interesting as Andal might be dead again as Shield of Daybreak, not actually quite enough there, but they're just going to follow him through his magical journey. So there goes the Bard once more.
You know, the analogy, you miss every shot you don't take, doesn't necessarily mean you need to take every shot. Gio has been, certainly he's been pulling it out. Every time he gets a chance, he is going to escape here, but his turret is not long for this world. Rich is getting collapsed on. And that candle analogy, you know, maybe it's a bucket of water this time for Gen.G.
Well, you can see Rich is just bailing himself out of there as Gio is also going to die. Chovy and Ruler making short work of the Jin. The Scion, as we can see, is defecting. Just thinking that maybe Gen.G is going to be the right call for this game. But he is just going to be able to make it out. Cute little use of the Unstoppable Onslaught to make sure that he is going to survive. But Gen.G, in the meantime, will be taking the side. Solar Flare not quite getting the stun onto Yukal. Looked like it was very, very close, but good sidestep there, avoids that. But it looks like Duro and Keen will be able to absorb this pressure, actually doing a bit of damage back towards Yukal as well. That Eclipse now completed. And Ruler with some spare time. This is what happens. I mean, DRX overloaded the bot side. They had a few extra members there. But now Duro is actually going to go for this, as now UCal could be in trouble. The flash out of the way from the Tempered Fate means that UCal is just dead, and Willa tries to get back towards that side of the players. Okay, Duro. Straight underneath the turret, is actually surviving for a very long time and uses the Rift Herald to get himself to safety. Willa is going to be ran over by the Rift. What the heck was those coach comms? They go into Duro's ear and say, all right, can you just pilot the Rift Herald to murder someone as you are almost definitely going to go down, and then watch Ruler get a solo kill in the mid lane? That was probably not what was said, but we did hear that he was giving Duro tips.
Yes. Wow, that was everything. I was gonna say that was something, but I think it was actually quite.
That was
everything.
A lot of things.
Yeah. No summoners for Duro in that exchange, by the way. Just all clean, you know. Go in, tank for Canyon to get the charge, reboot into the Herald, and then turn around and grab the kill. The Ruler's just making a highlight reel over here.
Yeah, he is. Willa might be able to kill him. He did have the barrier available, though. There's a Cataclysm avoided, and Ruler outplays him to pick up the double solo. Rich is going to turn up, and that's going to make it too hard as Deadly Flourish does come down. But I think the damage has been done, as Gio is immediately punished now for killing Prince Ruler. And Canyon will be able to deal with that as he flashes forward to pick that one up. Now, Rich, oh, they just left. As UCal was teleporting in,
yeah,
that's why.
TP is just a little bit too late. I want to get an instant replay of the fan cam, because the fans 100% game 2, perfect KDA, but it's kind of been the Ruler show here.
And Ruler had a pretty good game 1 as well. So, I mean,
recency bias means my prediction is Ruler's going to get it, because, I mean, watch this.
I mean, he does this, right?
Yeah.
And that might be enough just to get it regardless. Man, that was a sick outplay. What was that, is what he said.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe with the smack talk on top of it, he might get my vote. We'll see what happens the rest of this game.
All right. Well, DRX, they're not out of it just yet, but they're very close. It's 11,000 gold, and we do not want to, you know...
they are out of it, Alice.
Yeah, we don't want to say anything that may lead to us sounding like we are not being a bit disingenuous. We don't want that. This game is borderline over. As Canyon is going to get engaged on here. Let's see whether he can find something, as the Cyclone does get a couple of knockups. Surviving for a very long time, however, will be taken out. But look at these health bars. They're so low. Great sidestep there from Chovy at the same time. Does get interrupted, so he's not realm warping away, but that might be a dangerous thing as he gets a big old shield from the Seraphs, and in goes everyone. Ruler's now showed up. That's a bunch of extra money. I mean, Giu does manage to get the kill onto Chovy, so that is a big deal for picking up that cash, but I just don't think it's going to be worth it when Ruler is going to be picking up his 9th kill in a couple of moments.
Yeah, I mean, does this really change the landscape of POM votes that much? Like, it was really impressive from Chovy, but it wasn't an actualizer highlight, you know? It was,
yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he ghosted, which is cool on the patch. I mean, yeah, Ruler killed a Scion, so that's not really like that many points in his corner either.
Oh, but he tanked.
The outplay! Rich survived for a really long time, which is kind of cool. Are we just gonna...
Wait, we're gonna go for this? Oh, the Pro View, okay. Didn't we have... Never mind. He was saying something, so we will be able to get all of the info.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He called him a youngin', essentially. I was right.
He's like, I'm so young, and now I'm older. As he died. As we've got a little bit of a fight here towards the top side. There's a public execution. Tempered Fate locks up a few of them. But unfortunately, Andil is still going to die. UCal also looking a bit worse for wear, as it's a triple kill already for Ruler. And let's see whether he can lock down the Penta this time. Rich is going to go down for the Quadra, and Giu is just running for the hills. Another denied Penta here for Ruler, unfortunately. They are still going to run after him, but it's just not going to be twice in a row.
I think...
What are the odds?
The game will last long enough for that to come through. Oh, Jin versus Turret. Turret wins!
Oh no, there's the Penta! There's the Penta! Unofficial Penta for Ruler! Put it on the stats page!
Oh my god, Jin! Oh god.
It didn't feel great for anyone, I think, involved, as Ruler does one shot towards that turret to do 1 billion damage to it. Willa almost just dies as an afterthought, as in goes Canyon, finds the Cyclone, and down goes Willa. Now Ruler is moving forward. Tempered Fate does not find him, but Petrifying Gaze, it does. Public Execution gets right in amongst it, as it's a double for Ruler so far. Chovy grabbing a kill himself, And man, this ruler guy is pretty good at this video game. 17, 2, and 6, and finally, Gen.G will put DRX out of their misery.
Yeah, pretty quick game 2 here. 24 minutes in. Game 1 a lot more interesting. DRX decided to send it big on those 2 Dragon fights. They came up with nothing. Advantage over the Nautilus. If that, we don't know where this is going, but let's find out. Yep. It's Rek'Sai in the top lane head, and that has just been the name of the game here on 26.1.
Oh, Sponge. Taking a little bit of damage here from Raptor as you got Diablo moving over. Lehens is very low as the Slurkle comes in, and now Vikla has popped the ulti. Great Dredge line is going to connect. The Charm lands as well, and that is First Blood going over to Diablo. Now Taehoon has the Chakram stacked up, but it is not enough as Vikla is going to grab that Essence back to heal himself up, and Flash has to be used from Lehens. BNK draw First Blood, and they do a great job of it.
I mean, this is a kind of scrappy fight where the Ahri is going to shine, has a setup CC, and even in the early game, deceptively.
And Lehens taking a bit of damage here from Diablo as well, who is feeling a whole lot better now that he has a 400 gold lead after those 2 kills did come on through for him. We do have the Rock coming down though, Unstoppable Force available. He finds the Yunara, and Diablo flashes and still dies. Very unfortunate stuff as Kellen will be able to survive. Just the single pick there with a large investment.
That was attacking him, that flash would have made sense.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have it for potentially a follow-up in an upcoming fight. So Nongshim back on the board here. Won't be able to take this Dragon, however, BNK in return.
Nicely done. So already this Nautilus has kind of worked out. Only 100 gold behind after that dive does come on through, and that is Grubs on the board as well. So
yeah, as I think maybe Coach Comms were used. I actually did not catch, but
perhaps cinematic mode on us again, which I really like. Raptor level behind here, as he does get a little bit of a snare onto Sponge. You got fights on multiple fronts. The Slurkle comes down though, as Sponge actually eating a lot of damage. There's the depth charge for the double knockups, and Vikla looks for the angle, and they find Taehoon out of nowhere. How did that even happen?
This was a bit of a disaster. Nongshim Scout doesn't, again, is unable to get Prio and arrive. They're gonna get all the plates.
Oh yeah, this is crescendum into a turret, and that means that one is going to be a lot of plates. Scout now going to take a fair bit of damage as he does face check a charm.
I'm not sure if he's going to use it. The rest of the team is kind of posturing like, please use it. We need you to be here.
BNK teleport, another teleport to come through from Nongshim. There's the Unstoppable Force onto only Raptor. He stays alive for a very long time as now Scout turns up as well. Taehoon's going to get knocked up. The double knockups as the Rek'Sai makes his way in. Taehoon survived for a very long time but will be taken out. And the Yunara is starting to pop off until she dies. Now Scout getting amongst it, and Kellen cannot actually help out. Will Vikla be able to land the charm? That's the question. No, he gets flicked back and destroyed. And Nongshim are able to answer back beautifully. Still clear as fighting, and Scout will survive. And that will mean that they will be the victors in this particular battle. But man, still a pretty close one, all things considered.
Yeah, it's able to initially impact the play. It's actually the engage from Sponge. It gets onto Raptor, puts him low, which guarantees the Dragon's going to go over. On the other side of the fight, it's a wild growth here onto Taehoon, forces him back. He gets taken out, but Diablo is just so incredibly low. Kingen actually getting that secure the kill really turned things around. And Scout's able to defend himself. I thought we had something happening in live, but
not quite.
No,
so we've
not
got
really.
A Herald crash into this outer turret on the top side, and Nongshim getting even more plate gold there. Clear will show up. I don't know whether this tower is actually going to go down, because the knockup does come on through onto Sponge.
He has Gravitum, so it's kind of hard to do anything here.
Yeah. All right, Raptor, a dredge line that doesn't even really help his mobility too much there, as we saw. But still, Nongshim now with Kingen on the bottom lane, going to be pushing up.
We'll have it relatively soon, but when the flash is down, you are vulnerable. Speaking of vulnerable.
Yeah, Clear is just going to take a little bit of a tunnel out here, but Scout is going to be able to catch him. Doesn't hit the seismic shove, but it won't really matter. Taehoon, he's got some red-white guns and will be able to cut down Clear, as we can see. It does take a little bit of time, but they will get there in the end. Let's see whether BNK can actually make anything of this, and the answer is no, because the teleport from Kingen is going to come on through. Great as well. Cloud Soul this game, the extra movement speed, you can imagine for Taehoon's going to feel absolutely fantastic.
Kingen is just once again left in the side, pushing another wave through. There's no answer.
Is just kind of, speaking of no answer, not really with too much to do here as he's trying to get himself out. Redemption going to be helping him, but unfortunately, the Rock is just cut down. Now Clear on that angle, wants to get on top of Taehoon where he can, but he takes the Blast Cone to get to safety. This should mean that BNK can grab themselves their second Drake of the game.
A bunch of pings tossed onto King in here as well. See if they can maybe collapse on him if he wants to try to go for the flank. I mean, this is going to be a tough contest to sell.
Yeah. The Weave as well does come on through here as now Nongshim with Kingen in that front line. He's very, very tanky. The B&K, they have the man advantage. Hook is going to connect onto Lehens, but he's now going to take the Nautilus for a walk. In goes Clear. There's the Wild Growth combo. As Taeyoon's going to get dove on. He does get a shield. He's trying to take Taeyoon down, and he does manage to do it in the end, but he will actually be biting the dust himself. Kingen eating so much damage and will be able to survive. But Nongshim, they lose their AD carry. Sponge is making his way back, though, and B&K are not going to be able to do this dragon.
Yeah, this is actually insane that what Taeyoon was able to accomplish there with very little. I mean, he gets the shield, is barely able to survive long enough there. They get the trade onto the Clear. If he had better guns there, because his red-white expired, I think he might have actually been able to get even more work done there here for Nongshim.
Yeah, and the huge Scion with like the massive amounts of armor is quite difficult for this Yanara to actually kill. Doesn't quite have the armor penetration built up just yet. It's Clear just getting out of the way of Kingen, who is 2-0-1 on this Scion. Man, like he is just very scary.
He also, has spent a ton of extra time in the side lane, and with the quests, that adds up. He has a whole level advantage over Clear.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Sponge, though, in a lot of trouble. There's the depth charge connecting onto Lehens. Sponge, the onslaught is not quite going to work. The unstoppable force, I should say, is now Scout could be in a little bit of trouble as Vikla looking to chase him down. There's the unstoppable onslaught that I was talking about before, as Kingen is going to look for it, channels the cube, but Vikla stays golden for a very long time. There goes the Aphelios as well, as it's Diablo's turn to pop off in this game. He got past Kingen and was able to actually do damage. Kingen is still there, though. You have to be very careful, Diablo, but he's able to now run his way out. And finally, B&K going to get themselves to a gold advantage off the back of a skirmish.
Kind of in these scraps.
Yeah. And they just have a lot of follow-up CC as well. Like, there's a Karma, and on the other side, there's a Lulu. And the Wild Growth adds to these fights so much.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable CC. Oh, God. Yeah, speaking of which, Taeyoon is just dead once again. And the Malphite is not really doing what it said it was supposed to when I read that this champion is broken. As Kingen, he has so much. Level 16 Scion is just insanity. However, a lot of the damage is now gone. It's only really Scout that's doing too much. And B&K, they could rotate back towards the Baron if they would like to. It looks like that is not what they're into right now.
They want to get this turret first at least.
Yep.
And that's going to go down.
Hook is going to connect as well as Kingen once again trying to tank, but it's Scout that they want to take down first. Slurkle to try and stop him from getting out. Seismic Shove connects onto Diablo, but that's only going to actually gap close as he really does just want to kill Kingen. Not going to quite work out just yet. He now has Lord
Diablo is, you end up getting that belt that gives you a big ult, but it was hard to deal with the Scion. Now he has LDR. Now he can deal with the Scion, and Diablo is ready to fight.
Well, Weave as well going to try and break up this fight as there's the knock-up onto Taeyoon into the backline. Goes Vikla, breaks the chains there as well as Raptor looking to flash out of the way, and it's successful. Clear will be able to get into the backline as he looks for Taeyoon once again, but he's kiting as best he can. Diablo trying to stay alive as Sponge down so incredibly low. Kingen wants to be able to take him out, but the Arc of Ruin is so powerful, and Kingen is dead. Diablo's still alive. They do deal with the Rek'Sai as both top laners are now dead, and now Kingen, as the zombie version, still wanting to get some work done. Low health bars for both of these AD carries, and in fact, everyone on Nongshim is limping into this one, but it is a 4 versus 4, and Raptor is caught off onto the side. Slurkle comes through, Taeyoon trying to hit that moonshot, but will not quite be able to connect it. The charm! And down goes the Aphelios. It's a disaster for Nongshim. Look away, Korean viewers. Oh, the boo effect is happening real bad here at the end of this game, as now Diablo trying to run this one off, does manage to get shielded up, as Scout may have overextended the flash from Lehens. Diablo's missed. How is this guy still alive? He finds the cooldowns. They go everywhere else other than him, and Diablo is able to lock down his target. And now Vikla has another Spirit Rush, so he'll use that to take down Scout. My God, what a fight.
I mean, what a fight. Who says LCK is not a hands region? Watch those moments. Okay, so initially, we're going to have coach voice for some reason, but I really wanted to watch the replay of that fight, as this is actually the B&K call. So Diablo, like, he's super low, but no one can hit him.
Well, now B&K once again on a flank angle, as you can see clear, looking for Taeyun once more. Just finds the ulti to dive on forward, but Vikla, he's the one caught out on the other side, but my god! The Aphelios just exploded! Diablo is doing so much damage now. Kingen is melting as Diablo, yep, I think he may have hit critical mass as he collects himself a triple kill. And this Yunara is, 13, 2, and 6. All right, yeah.
He has a supporting cast, and it feels like on Nongshim that just the same can't be said for Taeyun. You know, he's constantly being focused down. He has 8 deaths in this game, and he has to step forward at some point to try to do damage, but there's just too much CC on the B&K side, and this Yunara is just too big to fail. He hit that LDR, and shortly afterwards that Kingen had over him in this game.
All right, Weave as well just to play defensively here, but still plates are falling down left, right, and center. Raptor off on an angle, is spotted there by, I believe, a Scryer's Bloom. But they can back off to the Dragon immediately after this Baron as well. It's really good timing, actually. As, all right, Flash Unstoppable Force comes on in. There's the Wild Growth to try and keep Diablo alive, but it's not going to work. Vikla's dead as well. That's the combo
there you
that
go.
they've been looking for.
And, I mean, if you could take both carries out with a single 1-2 punch, you might be able to actually win the game. They're going to just push down mid with this massive wave, take these turrets out, and it's going to be 40 seconds till Vikla's back up, and that might have just been the 1-2 punch that brings Nongshim to the lead here. Now, 30 seconds left here.
Not. They can't just win off
They
this,
still have
right?
this wave. They do not have their ultimates, so if those respawns come through...
And it's crescendo, it does so much damage to these turrets.
They have to buy time somehow, some way. They don't have the Raptor ultimate. They have clear.
I think now that there's 2 Nexus turrets to deal with, I don't think this is going to be enough. They should be able to get rid of the wave.
First big one, like he's 1, 6, and 8.
Yeah, he hasn't been having a good time. But B&K, they will be able to get themselves a soul point here, as Scout is going to be able to take down this outer turret towards the top side of the map. B&K do answer that with the Dragon. Somewhat even trade, and they still have about a 2.5k gold lead. Things still great here for B&K.
In this game. That was just a really unfortunate moment there, and a great proactive play from Sponge.
Well, there's another hook. It's going to connect as they're looking for the pick, and they will be able to find Lahans. Now the rest of Nongshim are going to turn up. This time Taeyun is still alive, but man, the Orb of Deception is doing damage. The hook from downtown, the double knock-up, and Aphelios just explodes! What the heck was that? This time Diablo's alive, and he lets them know, as it is only Kingen left up, and he is walking the other direction, as now it's B&K's turn to try and end this game. And he's not going to be able to teleport out of that one. And there is going to be the ace. Yunara picks it up 16, 3, and 7 for Diablo. And when he doesn't get hit by a Malphite ult, they are probably going to win the game. Yeah. They're going to do exactly that right now.
Yeah, this time we will see the end. This time they're in the base, and B&K, there was the one big slip up, but otherwise they were able to outplay Nongshim in this one. Better team coordination with the pre-built synergy this roster already has from 2025 to lock down, and it is Diablo on the Ezreal. Even though the Orion went over, and we kind of were like, wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of power budgeted into Scout on a champ he's quite well known for. I think
Scout very out of mana.
Yeah, that's
Raptor is rotating over.
And Raptor is prepped.
Oh, the chains connect! Sponge dives in, and Vikla is getting the heck out of there, but Scout has basically nothing to work with. It will be the kill followed up, but First Blood goes over to Nongshim, and they'll have a bit of extra money for that.
Yeah, 2 flash, significantly down in CS, as you'd expect us. Here comes the ult.
Yeah, Orianna comes, so the Shockwave comes in from the Sylas, and now Scout's in so much trouble. Vikla looking for it, no flash, no chance, solo in this mid lane.
I mean, this can really snowball as well, this type of lane, if the mage falls behind in any matchup, or even though you have the range advantage. Like, Sylas just starts trading with you, he's got health.
Oh, Lahan's just dead! Okay. Well, now Taeyun's in a whole lot of trouble as well. Does still have flash up and available, but man, where did that cow go?
To the death chamber.
Ah, right. Sorry, thanks, Wolf.
He'll be back in about 2 seconds.
So glad that this is a duo cast.
Yeah, no, he's got teleport as well, so he can get right back in there. He's gonna maybe try to make something happen.
We'll see. Diablo is looking a little worse for wear, but does manage to get that Mystic shot out. Clear. Kite and Kingen around. Does manage to at least snag him with that Q.
It just feels like there's no in for Nongshim. Pushed in super hard, and then top lane needs no explanation. Kingen doesn't have money.
Oh, there's a slicing maelstrom here as Kingen doesn't have that ulti available. Ult comes through here from Raptor as well, looking for the flash stun, and he will be able to find it. Clear will have the follow-up as well, and finds the Qs from both of them, and Raptor's able to lock down that kill. There is the True Shot Barrage onto Lehens, taking a fair bit of damage himself. Does have the ulti, as Nongshim are just trying to pick up the pieces of this game.
Yeah, there's just nothing in the tank right now.
Well, it's going to be difficult for Kingen. We've got 3 seconds on the Slicing Maelstrom as well. Clear is once again going to be dangerous.
This blind Renekton might be, when Kennen is up, might be something to avoid in the future.
Man, and
your stuns, your ultimate's always going to be big. You can peel with it. You can get on top of the enemy AD carry. Peel even against the... I mean, there's just so many things.
Oh, this time Chains of Corruption is going to land, and there is the Wombo combo. Taeun on the board.
Uh-oh, Clear.
Got to take one down. Okay, Clear is also in trouble. Does find the Slicing Maelstrom for a bit of a stun, and Kingen is able to wipe him out. Raptor's going to show up, but he's by himself. As now Vikla looking for it once again, but this time Scout able to stand his ground, make something happen. Kingen just wants to have some spare time with this lane, and he will be able to get it. Teleport is there for Clear with his top lane quest. And so we'll be able to make it back to this lane if he would like to, but there is a good answer for Nongshim, and they really start closing that goal.
For this Nico does not flash the chains, and it gets taken out. And they are going to try to make something happen in the jungle here, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything in live. And the reason why Clear steps up like this, despite knowing there's a really high chance that Sponge is still here, is because he has his jungle nearby with ult. The timing, though, of the engage of Sponge around the map, it's just kind of like duck and cover.
Yeah. Well, there is the Cyclone onto Kellen. He will find a Pop Blossom onto 3 and flash his way out. As now Raptor looking for that opportunity. There is a decent Shockwave to come on through, but not quite getting the kills. As now Scout over the wall to try and keep himself alive. The Unbreakable Will just in front of B&K. True Shot Barrage sails over to provide morale for the team, but is otherwise not doing too much more. And everyone
doesn't feel like this is the big oomph moment. It's going to be about the CC more than anything else.
Well, Lehens gets that flash headbutt pulve onto Kellen, but he's able to walk his way out of there. The Unbreakable Will is now going to be put together. Pop Blossom connects onto 3, but Kingen makes his way back into the back line, and Slicing Maelstrom from Clear, but he's under the turret. They do take 2 of them down, though, as Diablo is free hitting in this back line. Taeun's still alive, though. There is the stun from Raptor. But Scout has the turret and has his orb to help him out. 2 on the floor on both sides, but it looks like B&K have control of the map.
Yeah, B&K have the jungle, and their jungler has a Herald. Now this is going to be the dragon to come over, but more will go over as Diablo. You got to be careful.
Oh dear, there's the Grand Starfall.
Maybe not.
Scout's just really dead.
Yeah. Forget dragon. I might kill the champion first, then get the dragon. As they are going to come over here and look for a punish, but I think this turret is just gone.
Yeah, Rift Herald's still there. Diablo looking a little worse for wear, though. Lehens now without the ulti, but Diablo is very close to dead. Taeun just pushing him out. As now Kingen getting into that front line. Raptor wants to find it. Taeun, no! Oh, the overstep, and Kingen cannot help him there.
I mean, B&K were like, eat a Pantheon. Lehens super low, doesn't have his ultimate, can't peel for his team anymore. In live, by the way, it's more of a disaster.
Yeah, Clear is likely to die. There he is, just sort of sliced up. Pop Blossom is going to connect onto a few, but Raptor's also dead. Vikla now has the ulti from Lehens and will be able to kill the cow with it. Now Sponge could be in trouble, but they still have a turret that's on its last legs here in this bottom lane. That's going to deter B&K from going for anything else.
This game is getting weird.
Very weird. As Diablo and Taeun, this could be a battle for the ages, but just going to walk away.
I mean, it looks like Kingen might get the whole turret here. There's just no one to answer his push right now. He got the kill onto Clear. Raptor was bottom side. And...
oh, Kingslayer to close the gap here onto Scout. Finds the chains here as the Orianna's in trouble. Vikla doesn't have the ulti, but he's kind of feeling okay about it as Kellen's moving in. Does not manage to get that snare, but there is the Shockwave to lock it down still. Sponge able to answer one back. Diablo moving down here towards his bottom side as the Warrior Trickster will get Sponge out of there. A 1-for-1, but the turret not long for the world, so a bit of extra money into B&K's pockets.
And Kingen did not get the full turret on the top side, got it down to 1 plate. So much value out of his stolen ultimates. I mean, he's untouchable in this fight. No one can shut him down.
Yeah. And let's see whether he can find yet another one. May not be able to get another Unbreakable Will, but we'll just have to see as the Cloud Drake does go over to Nongshim. It's going to be 1 apiece. Chemtech Soul in this game. Does feel fantastic if you're a Silas, to be fair.
But some of their spikes are starting to get hit, and the Orianna is eventually going to finish that Rod of Ages. Once she hits 2 items, be a bigger threat. So B&K need to be measured with their aggression, but can continue the aggression.
Yeah, this is not looking too measured as the Cyclone does come through. Shockwave there as well. Decent combo as a Pop Blossom is going to get headbutted away. Now Kingen looking to get into that backline as this Raptor that's his first target, and down will go the Pantheon. Taehoon trying to make his way in as Diablo's just going to say no to that. Finds the Mystic shots, and meanwhile on this top side, it's Vikla that's popping off. Can the Arcane Shift come back off cooldown? That's the question, as Taehoon will be able to stop Diablo from pushing forward. Scout on his last legs, but Kingen looking so strong in this game and will be able to stop them from moving forward. So it's actually a one exchange here for Nongshim.
Yeah, they end up winning out. He just completely hard push, and then Diablo sees that there's a Varus in there, and he's like, I'm not even going to go with my team. I'm going to chase Taehoon out. I think if he just goes up here, they do a lot more.
By the way, Taehoon,
he got him this time.
He definitely did. Context. You don't need context. He got poked out and then was in the wrong position as Nongshim now all grouped. As B&K looking to try and siege this inner turret in the mid lane. Got a cannon towards the bottom side as well. Clear sort of free pushing right now as well with teleport in hand if he would like to use it. B&K, while they keep them busy, this cannon is just going to have free reign, and that is exactly what we can see here. Already taking a plate or two. Might be able to get another one. As you can see, 3 grubs here on B&K at the same time, helping out with that split push.
Yeah, I mean, this is... For Nongshim now, there's just no real...
that they have.
B&K are just like, well, you guys backed, so... Yeah, good luck trying to come over here and stop this.
Well, Sponge and Lehens are in position. They get a control ward over. Let's see whether Sponge can actually get into the pit as Vikla finds the unbreakable will. Sponge does have the Cyclone. Pop Blossom comes on through, but it is a very dead Kellen to start this one off. Raptor locks down the Baron, but can they keep themselves alive? It's clear with the Slicing Maelstrom. They're able to take down the Varus as Vikla gets into that backline. Can anyone do damage to this Silas? What the hell are you doing, Vikla? This is ridiculous. Tanks up the Shockwave and gets the chains to get himself out. A Vikla POM in my 2026 Wolf.
I mean, I've already got it locked in because this guy also saved the game so many times on Ahri. Yes, Diablo is popping off, and yes, he got 13 kills on Yunara in game 1, is having an incredible Ezreal game. But for me, this game has been all Vikla all the time. And the second game where he just runs at Taehoon.
Summoners Cup, you know, and that's going to be enough. We'll see whether B&K can actually win Worlds, but I think that maybe it's too early to tell. As in goes Lehens, finds the Pulverize. Chains of Corruption does go wide though, and now Kellen off the bus and straight into that backline to look for the Pop Blossom, and they'll wipe out 2 of them before this fight has even really started. Kingen gets melted as Vikla doesn't get the chains, as there is a Grand Starfall as Raptor flashes forward. Scout not long for the world, and Taehoon this time around is going to be saved till last by B&K as the chains connect, and the cleanse ain't enough for him. A double kill for Vikla, and they will now put an end to this game.
Yeah, Vikla was like, guys, keep up. Raptor, why haven't you ulted yet? Get in this space. Go in between the turrets. I am going to maul them. And down they fall. Nongshim looking out of sorts in this one.
And B&K looking amazing.
The dive, the setups, the coordination, unreal. The drafting as well. Pretty unique here as one last ceremony for Vikla, as I think he, even though Diablo